So in the object oriented programming, what is meant by inheritance? Using the properties, the features of a base class into the derived class. That act of inheriting, that act of reusing that code, reusing the functionality, reusing the behavior into the derived class is called as inheritance. So let's say the definition of inheritance. It's a process of in which object acquires all the properties and behavior of a parent object automatically. We can reuse, we can extend and modify the attributes and behavior. So in this inheritance, so the class which we are going to inherit into the another class, that is called as a base class, and in which that action has been happened, that is called as a derived class. So you can see here this class which inherits the member of another class called as a derived class, and whose members are inherited called as a base class. So here this derived class is a specialized class for a base class. So types of inheritance: first one is a single level, second one is hierarchical inheritance, third is a multi-level inheritance, and the last one is a multiple inheritance. Single level inheritance is nothing but we are inheriting, we have only two classes, one is a base class and another is a derived class. So here this A class A is inherited into this B as a derived class. So B is a derived class. So if a real-time example we will take, it's a simply parent-child class relationship. You can see here is a parent and here is a child. So this parent-child class relationship we are going to see in the C# coding, and we'll create one C# code to understand this parent and child class relationship. Okay. So in this parent class, let's say parent have something, let's say internal white house. Parent has house, and parent class have car. So in the child class, I'm going to inherit this parent class. So now we will create an object of this child class. We'll see whether this house and car is accessible. Okay, so now in the child class, we can see this is child class. We have inherited this parent class, and now we are going to create an object of a child class. Let's say child and child, new child. So this child should have access. Of this two methods. That is a house. Because from parent class, this house, and this from child, this car should be accessible, because whatever the parent have. Okay, so this is parent house. We'll say this is a parent house, and this is parent car. Okay. In the child, we haven't written anything. So child, which is going to call this two method, that is house and a car, from this parent class. Now we are going to run this, how it looks. So here this house and car, these two methods are reused by this child class. Okay, so this is about the single level inheritance. Now next is hierarchical inheritance. Now in the hierarchical inheritance, one parent may have two childs. So here this A class is inherited to class C, as well as this is inherited to class B. So this inherited in the both classes. So this is derived class 1 and this is the derived class 2. So here one parent may have two childs, you can see. So this is a girl child 1 and this is a boy child as a 2. So this is a parent. So let's see into the C# how we can implement these two childs and one parent. So we are going to use the same demo for hierarchical inheritance as well. So here in the only change we are going to do is this child, let's say girl child, let's rename it, and one more class which we are going to add is boy child. Now in the boy child also we are going to inherit this parent class. This is a girl child and this is a boy child class, and here we inherited parent class, here also we inherited a parent class. And now we want to see in the client code whether these girl child and boy child are able to access these base class features, these base class methods of a parent. Now you can see here in the client code, girl child is already able to call this house and able to use and access this car and house methods here. Also we can create one object for a boy child class. So I'm creating here boy child, and boy child house and boy child car. Here we can access. See the output also here in the same way. So this way it is going to accessible. So next type of inheritance is a multi-level inheritance, when one class is a base class, and from that base class it is inherited into derived class. So next derived class which is acting as a base class for the further derived class. So you can see. So now this is the base class here. So okay, this is a base class here. From this base class, this is inherited into the B. And so now here in this case, this is a derived class. Okay, so this is a derived class, and here this B will act as a base class for class C. So this is a multi-level inheritance. A class is inherited into the B, and B is inherited into the C. So for this one, we will take an example of mobile features. When in old days we had a simple feature phone, where by using that phone we can just we will be able to just send SMS. We will be able to just make a call, and then later days multimedia phone, and then smartphone. So here simply one or two functions, base function, that is a SMS, then calling, and then the same features is applicable here, and here additional features like MP3 was there. So it will use this base feature, and additional MP3 or some music player it was got added. In the smartphone, again you can see this, all the features has been inherited into this one along with some additional features. That is, let's say video call, some of the Android app, feature phone. This is one class of feature phone. Okay, and one more class, that is a multimedia phone. Class will be a smartphone. First of all, in the feature phone, if you see in this feature phone, what was the features? So let's say we'll create three methods here. Internal, void. So very first feature which is there for this feature phone was calling feature. Next feature was very basic feature was internal void SMS features was there. These two features. So now I'll inherit this feature phone into the multimedia phone. So I need not to worry about the basic features already there in this phone. So I'll inherit this feature phone here. And what was additional in this phone? Just I'll add a music player. So internal void music player. Okay, so let's say this is a music player. This is music player. And here also we add this two method descriptions. This is calling feature. This is SMS feature. And we inherited this feature phone into the multimedia, and same multimedia phone which we are going to multimedia phone class which we are going to inherit into smartphone. And in the smartphone, what was it? Additional is this video calling. Okay, so we'll make this internal. We'll create one method, internal void video calling. And this is video calling features. Now at a client we are going to create an object of a smartphone. So let's say this is a smartphone, and the smartphone will have all features calling. This feature you can see here in the intelligence also. This calling feature is from feature phone only. Okay, this is a calling. Smartphone will have a calling. Smartphone will have SMS method. This is also from the feature phone, and smartphone will have a music player. So music player is from multimedia phone. It is accessible in the smartphone, and this is a video calling which is from the smartphone itself. This way we can call all the methods. Next type of inheritance is a multiple inheritance. So in the C#, multiple inheritance is not possible using a classes. We have to use interfaces. Using classes is not possible, so we have to use interfaces. So now if you see the schematic of multiple inheritance using an interface. So this is interface IA, this is interface IB, and this interface IA is inherited into the class C, and this IB also inherited into the class C. So to understand this, we'll frame one example of a company. So this is a company, and this is a project office, and this is a sales office. So project office interface we will inherit into the company class. Sales office will also inherit it into the company class. So in the C sharp, we'll try to implement this one. So add an interface here. You can add an interface I sales office, and another interface I project office, and one more class where we are going to inherit as a company class. Project office, here clear a method here, void project work. So this is a project work. This method here in the interface we have to just declare the method. So sales office also we will just create one method void sales work, and these two interfaces we are going to inherit into the company class I sales office and I project office. So these two implement. Now we haven't implemented this interfaces, so it is giving the error. So first of all, we'll fix this formatting, and then we will implement this interface sales work, and this is a project work. And we'll say this implementation. This is project work. This is sales work. And add a program in the client code with a company class here, company, and the company we can access these two methods, company dot project work and company sales work. So now you can see this output. This is the project one, this is sales work.